Hello, hockey fans and Stanley Cup Playoff aficionados. This is your favorite hardcore puckhead here, and I have some clinching news, plenty of it. A lot of clinchings happened today because there was a lot of hockey in action today. And when all was said and done, two more playoff spots were clinched. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the New Jersey Devils both clinched spots in Stanley Cup Playoffs, so congratulations to them. Uh, New Jersey actually clinched first. They needed a win to get in, and that's exactly what happened. They beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1. Columbus clinched later, before their game was even finished. They needed 1 point to get in the playoffs, and that's exactly what happened. They ended regulation tied 4-4 with the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions. And that gave them the point they needed to get in the playoffs. Speaking of back-to-back, the Blue Jackets are in the playoffs for back-to-back seasons, first time in franchise history, which the team has been around since 2000. And this is I think it's their fifth postseason, but they have yet to win a playoff series. I wonder if that'll change. Speaking of playoff series, one playoff series is set, and I'll tell you why. Because Nashville, congratulations to them, they won the President's Trophy for the first time ever. This is their 20th season in existence. It was last year they made it to the Stanley Cup Final, and now they have the best record in the league. They needed to win to clinch not just the Central, but the top seed in the Western Conference, and they did that by beating the Washington Capitals 4-3. And when Boston lost in Florida, that gave Nashville the President's Trophy. So they're number one overall in the league. Of course, we all know what happens to number one overall. Just ask the University of Virginia. But anyway, so Nashville is the Central Division champions. With the standings as they are, that means the Jets and the Wild, they will face each other in the first round of the Central Division semifinals, whenever that starts. Which is good. I like a good geographical rivalry. It's Winnipeg and it's Minnesota. They're right there next to each other with a border, with an international border dividing them. But yeah. So that's the story. But I'm actually not finished. We not only have a playoff series cemented, but in a rarity in the NHL, we actually have a do or die game coming this Saturday. And my Avalanche are involved, which makes it even harder. The Avs 4-2 loss to the Sharks means that if we're going to make the playoffs, we're going to have to beat St. Louis. And that's been the race. That's been the race for the last couple of weeks or so. And the spots been whittled down. There's one spot left in the Western Conference. And even though the Blues have been losing, the Avalanche have two. Ever since the shootout win against the Vegas Golden Knights on the last on this next to last Saturday in March, the Avalanche have only won one game, and that was against the Blackhawks, who ironically helped us out when they beat the Blues in regulation. But we can't seem to take advantage of it, so we're going to have to go at them head to head. Now, the Blues actually play tomorrow in Chicago. Regardless of that outcome, it's going to be head to head on Saturday for a playoff spot. However, things might be made just a little bit easier depending on the outcome. So, as it stands, it's Colorado 93, Blues 92, the Rose are the same, 40. Now, here's how it goes. If the Blues lose in regulation, then we can afford for the head-to-head game to go to overtime. We still need to win, though. Because if it's 93-92 entering the head-to-head game, then overtime make it 94-93. If the Blues get that extra point, we're out. We need to win. If the Blues go to overtime and lose, it would be 93 even entering. It would be 93 even entering the do or die game, but I think the Blues would pass us because of the head-to-head. But overtime can still be afforded because it would be 94-94. But again, we'd have to win. If the Blues win, though, if the Blues win tomorrow, if the Blues win via shootout, it would be 94-93 St. Louis, but the roles wouldn't change. The roles wouldn't change. And I think with that, we could afford to go to overtime. We could afford to go to overtime and beat them because it would be 95-95, and we'd have 41 roles to St. Louis's 40. That would put us in. The only thing that would have us needing to beat the Blues in regulation is if St. Louis gets a regulation overtime win tomorrow. If they win in regulation or win in overtime, that would give them 41 row, meaning we have to win in regulation. Overtime would not be an option. Overtime would not be an option because it would be 95, 94. They'd have one more row, and we'd be out even before the game's over. So, yeah. So that's all the scenarios right there, and it's gonna be nerve-wracking for me, but I'll try to keep calm, and I hope that my fellow Avalanche fans keep their heart rates steady. Just keep their heart rate steady. We'll get through this. We will. So that's the story so far. Again, Nashville won the President's Trophy. Columbus and New Jersey clinched playoff spots. There's one spot left in each conference. And Saturday, Avs, Blues in Denver. It's do or die. So with that, Saturday should decide the final spots, unless Florida wins and Philadelphia loses, because that makeup game on Sunday could decide it. So I will definitely be back Saturday, hopefully in a celebratory mood for the Avalanche. So until then, fellow hockey fans, and go Avs.